Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another video. So these are battles that I did, and I'm using Caleb Peng's team, the GOAT himself, Caleb Peng, and the team is going to be Verizian, Greedent, and Steelix. So definitely go ahead and check out his video if you hadn't already. Verizian, I love the Sacred Sword, Leaf Blade moveset. Greedent is a great safe swap with that Mud Shot. It could beat Pokemon, like I think I beat a Registeel because they were slow to switch out, which to me sounds crazy, but it could beat Pokemon that you wouldn't expect it to be able to beat. And then Steelix, you could go with the Shadow Steelix if you have it. If you don't have a Steelix, I imagine Registeel would work with this team. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the battle. So this is my first battle, going up against the Deoxys lead. So the thing about Deoxys is they're resisting your double kicks, you're taking neutral from counter, but you do resist all the charge attacks besides Psycho Boost, right? So you don't resist the Psycho Boost, but they're going to continuously, you are weak to it, they're going to continuously debuff themselves. So, for that reason, I am going to go ahead and shield the first attack, and it is a Psycho Boost, which is good that they didn't bait with Thunderbolt or Rock Slide, whichever move they have, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just fire off a Leaf Blade, and I'm going to be able to, well, I'm going to take another one, and this one I am going to take, because as I said, it is going to do less damage, but they're not switching out. I'm going to go ahead and go for Leaf Blade, and this is not going to be enough to KO, and I guess made a little bit of a mistake. Well, I do take this one, but I'm actually going for the double kick Fawn Down. I must have miscounted because I did not think they were going to make another attack, but he actually barely gets one off. So that's my bad. So because of that, I am going to go ahead and shield. Definitely unfortunate going down 2 shields. You hate to see it. I'm going to go ahead and switch out immediately. Out comes Double. So at this point, I was thinking triple counter, right, with Obstagoon. And I think that's a fairly common team. I have seen that before. So I'm just going to take these Body Slams. Throw Body Slams of my own. Greedent is so spammy with the Mud Shot and the Body Slam as discussed, right? I think Greedent is great. It makes a great Pokemon. A substitute for Greedent maybe is Snorlax, but honestly, it's very difficult to get rid of Greedent just with how fast it is. I think Greedent is that much better. Such a good Pokemon, and we actually pick up a shield there, which is really nice. Can I make it to one more Body Slam? This is not going to KO me if it's a Body Slam. Let's see what he decides to throw. It's a payback, still not able to KO me, because this Squirrel is not only fast, but it's tanky as well. So, I do get off my Body Slam right there, very nice, you'll love to see it. Going to Fawn Down with Steelix. Maybe expecting him to throw a Body Slam immediately upon me coming in. That's why I brought in the Steelix to absorb that. Now comes Greedent. So, I'm just going to go ahead and debuff this Greedent. Yeah, Greedent is definitely a great Pokemon. It was not triple counter as I expected. I expected that Obstagoon. But that's not what it was, and I'm going to be able to pick up a shield. Yeah, they are at a Body Slam. If they didn't throw here, I would have gotten a Sacred Sword off, which would have been nice for me, right? But either way, I bring in the Steelix. At this point, I guess their play is to go for Crunch and hope to get a debuff, so my defense stats are lowered. I'm charging up, watching out for a catch. I am fully expecting the catch, and there's the attempted catch. I was expecting it. So I'm going to throw Earthquake here. My opponent is going to go ahead and throw a Crunch. And there's a Crunch. Very nice. It does not get the debuff, which is good. I do get off my Earthquake, which is not going to be enough to KO. And then I get off my Breaking Swipe, which should be enough to knock out as it is. Perhaps I should have time up as well, but I still want that. Perhaps I should have thrown the Breaking Swipe first if I was throwing Breaking Swipe plus Earthquake, just because, as you see, the Earthquake didn't KO, so if they managed to have another move, it would have done less if I threw the Breaking Swipe first. Either way, let's move on. Verizian into Shadow Steelix. Okay, you would think this is a good matchup, and it generally is, but if Steelix shields, I mean, this Steelix continuously debuffing you. I did throw in CMP, so my opponent is going to go ahead and throw this attack right now. Obviously, it's going to be a Breaking Swipe, not going to shield that one. So I think I look to throw in CMP again, as I do. So I don't expect the shield. Yep, no shield makes sense. Going to take this Breaking Swipe, but because I'm getting debuffed, another Sacred Sword is not going to KO, whereas it would have KO'd if I didn't take all those debuffs, right? But I'm going to throw in CMP again. I do have 2 attacks. Now, if this doesn't KO, they will get off their attack because it was CMP. And unfortunately, as I mentioned, it does not KO because of the continuous debuffs, right? That's why Steelix is so good. I could have shielded that to take Switch, but I decided not to. I'm just going to get some farm with Greedent. I am up a shield, going to take my shield advantage and run. Unfortunately, Virizion is in the back. And my back line does not like fighting types. This play, but you still don't like fighting types. I'm going to go ahead and throw another body slam right now. And that body slam is going to connect. Very nice. Trying to get to one more. I know this is not going to KO, but they do have multiple attacks with this Virizion. So if they throw another one, which they actually do not throw quite yet. So I am going to be able to successfully get off this body slam, which is good. And we do pick up a shield as well. So they are down shields. So I'm up 2 shields. I was thinking Steelix up 2 shields is looking pretty good. So I do let that go. The problem is they're going to be able to continuously get off more attacks. So I don't know if I kind of messed up this game. Maybe I did. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If I should have played it differently. Should I have shielded to win swap? I don't know, because like they have a Virizion in the back, so even if I did shield, it would have been rough. I could have switched out sooner, I guess. I guess switching out maybe was the play into my Greedent against their Steelix, because out comes Alolan Ninetales. And you would think they have Charm, this is a good matchup, but no, Earthquake does not KO. So I'm just going to concede that game. Good game, well played to my opponent. I don't know, maybe there was something better I could have done. But either way, let's move on. Going up against the beautiful Shiny Shedinja, but great matchup for me. Out comes Weezing. I'm going to go ahead. I paused for a second. I should have switched a lot faster, but I did go ahead and go into Greedent. You don't want to go into Steelix because Dragon Tail is going to be heavily resisted as his Breaking Swipe, although Earthquake is super effective. Actually, if they lead a Glide Weezing, that would be really rough for this team. You just stay in. That would be so difficult. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and just spam them with Body Slam. Even if I don't win Switch here, I just want to... well, I do want to win Switch, actually. So Switch is actually important, so I am keeping track of that. So it's going to be another play rough. I thought they would go for Brutal Swing there, but they actually go for the play rough. So I'm going to go ahead and fire off this Body Slam, and my opponent is going to go ahead and go for Switch. And I knew that would be a CMP, so I do not throw right there so I can get an extra Mud Shot. I'm going to go ahead and shield, and my opponent switches into Greninja. So I'm going to go ahead and save that Pokemon. Now, I do resist the Hydro Cannon and the Night Slash. I think Greninja also has access to Aerial-Ace. I'm not expecting Aerial-Ace, but if they have Aerial-Ace, they have Aerial-Ace, right? It is double super effective. I think it does. Although I haven't seen a Greninja with one, but I want to say it does. But you know, either way, they'll let that go. That's fine. Tentacle actually coming in. I was expecting the Weezing to come in, but they are low, so I guess that's why. Maybe they were hoping I would immediately throw the Sacred Sword, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Leaf Blade. I would throw the Leaf Blade anyway. Into the Weezing. I'm going to go ahead and throw another Leaf Blade, neutral damage, and I'm going to go ahead and go for my Body Slam. One more Mud Shot, and I will be able to get to another Body Slam, so let's see if we could do it. Yes, I can. Greedent cannot be denied. You cannot cheat this Pokemon out of moves. I mean, Greedent is so spammy, and yeah, my opponent will concede. So great game, well played to my opponent. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Let's see what we got here. Virizion into Pidgeot. Really bad lead. By the way, did I say this was a bad lead? It most certainly is a bad lead. So you got to go into Greedent. My opponent switches. So I think this is the matchup I actually beat the Registeel. Because I did mention at the beginning of the video, I think that I beat a Registeel. Because the thing is, like, Greedent can take a move, right? So it could take Focus Blast even. Certainly could take a Zap Cannon. And if you continuously... Mud Shot is super effective. It's not doing much. But if you continuously get the debuff, you're looking really good. It is a Focus Blast. Look how much health I survived. I actually called the Zap Cannon. So that's why I didn't shield. Maybe I would have shielded if I thought it was Focus Blast. I thought they would bait. But either way, I do take that. I wanted to see how much a Focus Blast would do anyway, just in case they decided to throw one. And it did do a lot, but not enough to where they could farm me down. So as you can see, my opponent is going to go ahead and shield. They really want Switch. I really cannot let them have Switch. So I am going to go ahead and commit shields, even if I have to go down shields. Now, if my opponent came in immediately, instead of farming up with Pidgeot, maybe they would have been able to win this one. I'm not sure, actually. But I'm going to get the debuff there. Now all I need is Body Slam. And it's totally worth the shield. I 100% have to do it. It's not like I could farm down with Virizion and go for Stone Edge because I'm not running Stone Edge, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just throw as soon as I get to it. I could have overfarmed, but I don't think the overfarm matters at this point. You'll love to see this crafty. Let's go. And look at that. They brought in the Pidgeot, trying to snipe me and going for Brave Bird immediately, but I get out of there like that and catch the Brave Bird on Steelix. If they got the Brave Bird on Virizion, it would have KO'd, and then I would have ended up losing. But luckily for me, that did not happen. Good game, well played. All right, moving on. Clefable lead. Oof. Okay, Steelix doesn't... I mean, Steelix is okay against it. You just don't like the Dragon Tail on it, right? You just... I mean, you have to go for Earthquake or possibly bait with the Breaking Swipe if you think you're going to get a shield. But Clefable with the bulk. I'm going to bring in my Greedent. The Moonblast coming in. My opponent is not switching out. I do like that. I do like that. So, yeah, just spam these. I want to get it as low as possible because my backline does not like... Virizion and Steelix really don't appreciate a Clefable, especially not a healthy one. So I'm going to go ahead and go for another attack. And they're pretty much low enough, so I just let this go. I'm like, if it's a Moonblast, so be it. It's a Meteor Mash. That's fine. I'm actually going to throw the Body Slam because I'm going to be able to take Switch. They did not switch out, so I'm just going to throw this before they get to another Meteor Mash. Yeah, as I said, Greeding cannot be denied. Able to get to that crunch. You love to see it unless you're my opponent. So yeah, definitely going to bring in the Steelix here. And out comes Trevenant. Okay. So I would say, obviously, Virizion, again, Virizion really has nowhere to go. It doesn't like this whole team. Right? So I got to do as much damage as possible. We saw how much I did there. I'm going to go ahead and shield. I have 2 shields. I did fully expect the C-Bomb, but they actually do go for the Shadow Ball, so that's better for me. So now I am expecting this attack. Oh, you know what? I just realized the Steelix I'm using, it's not... yeah, it's not this one. This one is actually not the correct IVs. It's different IV one. I built a better Steelix after this. I forgot about it. So I totally forgot about that. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I'm just letting you know. Okay, this is going to be a good win here. And they actually switch into Giratina. Now, I would have liked to switch out, but of course my switch time is not up. So I'm just going to let this go. Dragon Claw. I can't save the energy. I have to throw it. I have to throw the energy. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw my Leaf Blade right now. Throw another Leaf Blade and farm down and go for Breaking Swipe against Trevenant. That's the game plan. And I do eventually get out into my Steelix, but we should be good to go here. I save the shield, right? No point in using it. Farm all the way down. We resist these attacks from Giratina. Not the Shadow Snake, but I guess they have Ancient Power. I'm going to go ahead and Dragon Tail all the way down. But the switch, only one more Dragon Tail. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent, but we're going to be able to get that one. Very well played game. Anyway, that is going to be it for this these battles. If you'd like to submit your battles, the link will be in the description down below. We have Go Battle Weekend coming up this weekend. Great Ultra and Master League. But I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.